Look at the watch the fade. Oh, I love it.
That's the most artistic fade I've seen yet.
We went next level with the upside down coffee drip maker as our microphone stand today.
Yeah.
Pat, you gotta get a picture of that.
Yeah, I will, and I think I'll put the coffee.
And the old school coffee pot. Mike brought 1961.
My parents' wedding present for my parents.
I'm gonna move the sweet and spicy green beans.
Infrared thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mike Codair is with us. Mike's dad passed this week, and
sorry, Mike.
And he brought coffee for me in the coffee cup, old school
percolator,
coffee.
GE percolator.
Yeah, 1961 from when they were married.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a celebration. We had a celebration on Friday night, and we honored his dad with a toast. It was really nice. So you may have heard someone yelling in the background. That was Chris McCarthy. Just got in from setting his 10 traps.
Captain Chris.
We're going to talk about that when he gets in. We're going to talk about. I have an over/under bet. We're all going to have. We're going to do a pot. We're going to each put $1.
There's all kinds of action spot betting going on here.
A lot of spot betting. A lot of spot betting because. So what people may not realize is, so you can get a 10-pot recreational license. Anyone can get a 10-pot recreational license to go catch lobsters, but lobstermen are very territorial. I mean, most people know that, right? So
I saw that Lobster War movie.
you saw the lobster movie,
Yeah,
right?
they talk all about that.
So on a much smaller scale, the closer you come to the port, there's more of a
Ecosystem.
a battleground for spots to set you.
Now that I did not.
Set
know.
your trap. Well, it makes sense, though,
I guess
right?
it makes
You have
sense, yes.
you have 1,000
Never
boats in
really
one little
thought about it,
harbor.
yeah, right.
They don't want to go too far, so they all fighting for the same spot, right? Up in Maine, why Maine is so rich with lobsters is their coastline is so jagged with.
I believe they have the longest coastline in the U.S. because of all the islands.
Yeah, the islands
Maine has the longest coastline.
and the little peninsulas. They come out to get linear on a map. If you went straight up on the map and you passed out through all the going
Coves and-
down the coves and stuff like that,
Peninsulas and-
it takes so much longer to go along the coast because of the geography. But that geography also lends itself to perfect
Right.
lobstering.
Yeah.
But there's a lot less people trying to harvest per square
Right.
mile
Okay.
of lobster.
Of water.
So a lot of people, they have these grand ideas that they're going to go lobstering, and they buy these, all this new gear and the new buoys and the new traps, and a lot of people, they put a lot of money into it, and
I never thought
it
about
would be
that.
it would be a lot cheaper to just buy the lobsters.
Oh, like people
At a
who
store.
go salmon fishing in Alaska, and it costs like $600 a pound for what they
Yeah, I
catch.
guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I never.
Well,
thought
that's what I'm
about
saying.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so I begged him, and I don't know if he put the spreadsheet together to put all of his costs, upfront costs, into a spreadsheet, and then we'd weigh up or count all the lobsters that he caught,
So it's
and
not-
divide it out to see how much it cost him to catch a couple of lobsters.
So it's not something that you do just because you like doing it.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, give
I
them
believe
something.
that's what he's
Kind
doing.
of like
Keeps them out of
kind of
our
like
hair.
fishing. Yeah, I
Think
know.
about that.
Yeah.
I would have chipped in.
We haven't had to
buy the
say
stuff.
Oprah once yet today.
It's cheaper than adult daycare, I'll
Right,
bet,
right.
which is what he's ready for.
So I'm going to go around and introduce everybody. Mike Codair is with us.
Good morning, Gloucester. Thanks for having us today, Joe.
Susan Lipsett's with us.
Good morning, Gloucester, and Buona Fiesta.
Wow, you said it with the I.
That's what I'm wondering about. Why is an Italian celebration named with a Spanish word?
Fiesta.
It's been troubling me all week.
No,
Fiesta is not an Italian word. I don't believe it's a Portuguese word. So how did this start?
Pat, you go. That's a job for you.
I will look in and see what I can find.
Yeah.
I mean, Cinco de Mayo is a fiesta.
I'm thinking it was for clarification, so people knew exactly what was going on.
Well, you
Because
think
a lot
if
of
they said
people would
festa,
know-
left
Yeah,
out
right.
one letter,
Right,
people
I'm-
wouldn't get it?
Yes, I do. I think they would not get it.
Bottom drawer.
I think they would have trouble understanding it. Yes, or on literature or whatever might think it was a mistake.
That's a guess. We'll find out.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
But the day
I'll
that
just see.
people here are
I'm
the
gonna-
week that they're proudest of their Italian heritage. They
Yeah,
go around
it is
speaking
unusual.
Spanish.
I never thought of it. It seems unusual.
That's
Yeah.
my job, to come up with this stuff.
You're doing a great
And then
job
it's your
at
job to explain it to us.
it. I'll see.
Pat and Jimmy are both wearing their Fiesta whites.
We are.
I love it.
Yes.
I
She
love it.
dressed me up well today.
I love that our Irish friend is
I know.
embracing the Fiesta
I don't want
traditions.
to be accused of embracing another culture, but
Well, and Spanish as well as
Yeah.
Italian.
yeah. But I had to have my Viva shirt. So much.
Did
the
you
better
get that
it
at
was
Design
white.
of Mine?
Well, in so much as Design of Mine is in that Castaway Key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got it actually.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Down there,
people are
but
really enjoying that place.
Their Design of Mine stuff. So yeah, I know, I love it there, and I've been wanting one of these shirts with the patch on the. Well, I say patch on the back.
It is kind
Since
of
she started them last fall.
Or is that like parent-subsidiary relationship over there?
It must be.
Yeah, I think.
It
It's
must
a
be.
controlled group.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've been resisting it until I saw this one, and then I had to have it. So
I like it.
yeah, wearing it for
Yeah, it
Fiesta.
suits you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jimmy and Pat got it both going on. I wanted to talk about, we have coming up the cigar and rum sale. If you haven't got your tickets left, I'm not sure that there are tickets left, but if you,
We got ours 2 days ago.
And what did they
so
say?
today's Sunday,
We
so
got ours
Friday.
last week.
Then you have yours.
I don't remember seeing a number or anything. It was no problem getting. I mean,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have any.
They
back
always
Right,
sell
yeah,
out. Mike, you have your
right,
tickets
right.
I
left?
did not. I'll get on that today.
You gotta get on that today. July 23rd, on the Thomas Lannon, it's our annual cigar sale, we're calling it, and it's a really great time.
and it's a fundraiser. Am I right?
Yes, a portion of the proceeds go to the Kay Lannon
Yeah.
scholarship.
Excellent. Kate
That's great.
Ellis.
Everybody has a good time. I'm psyched. Like just about all my friends will get tickets. Ralph and Kim.
So the whole
McCarthy's.
cigar thing is going to be okay on the boat, right? I'm a little leery.
It's outside.
I know.
I'm not a big
but-
cigar guy either, and it's open air and it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It's still.
Okay.
It's
I
totally
know it's
cool.
open air, but still, there's something about that idea that
Yeah.
makes me a little cautious. But we did get our tickets,
I'm psyched.
You could wear a life vest.
and just jump when I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's.
Or
Gonna
if the
be
boat catches fire.
Thanks for that.
One of the highlights of my Fiesta. I'll give you. I have three Fiesta highlights. Food wise, Mom's Kitchen Bodega
You're
steaks
killing it over there.
were phenomenal, and they did this thing with the. Mike pointed out with the window on the
No
front.
indoor seating service.
Right.
No indoor seating.
Walk up window only.
Walk up window, and they were just
Genius.
passing them out the window.
Genius. You could turn over so fast that way.
So much,
Going like hotcakes.
so much better than like a. I mean, I crave a sausage sandwich with the peppers and onions every year. I have to have one, and I did have one, but this is like sausage, peppers, and onions on steroids.
Yeah, Jim got his yesterday afternoon while we were sitting there, and
So good, so good. And what I noticed, I was watching yesterday morning.
Never seen Bodega outside of Gloucester.
No,
Have you?
no, I haven't.
It's a Gloucester
It's
only
the
situation.
the way we spell it for the blog, and the way it's actually spelt is different.
Really?
It's in Sicilian, it's Mudicca.
oh, I have seen that.
I have seen that.
But I
Actually.
say
Yeah.
Diga.
Around here we say Mudicca.
I haven't seen it spelled any of those ways anywhere but Gloucester.
I actually have seen it though. Micca. So I was watching. So yesterday morning I was in late. Very rare morning I get to lay in bed, just me and Kate, no kids. Yesterday morning, and was watching the Phantom Gourmet, and they had their list of I think the 7 top steak and cheese sandwiches,
Oh,
and they listed Virgilio's steak and cheese sandwich
I never had
in
it
their
there.
list. It's
No, I haven't either.
it's well they see, and so this is. I love Virgilio's and everything,
Yeah.
but I kind of felt like it was a stretch to include them in this category, even though this sandwich, on a straight up taste wise, would demolish any of the sandwiches that they showed, any of their competitors. but I don't consider a Modiga steak sandwich a steak and cheese.
Yeah, shaved steak.
No, I
It's not a
wouldn't
shaved
either.
steak.
No, they're not.
Oh, I
the
thought you
same.
meant their regular cheese.
No,
steak.
they have a Modiga steak sandwich with a piece
Yes,
of
I've had it.
like cheese, and then they have a piece of provolone and
I've
peppers and
had it.
onions on it.
Yeah.
But it's, when you think of a steak and cheese, you're thinking like a Philly cheese steak.
Yes,
right?
yes, I thought that's what you meant. when
Yeah,
you
me
said
too.
that.
There was a place in Waltham that did them, and I forget the name of it, but I went to school in Waltham, and they still had the griddle, and they brown the shaved steak.
That's half the
Because some
experience
places
right
they
there.
boil it now. and
Now,
it's
when
like-
Causeway has Modiga as a special, he doesn't do it as a sandwich. He just does it as like an appetizer, like
Oh.
slices of it. And Peter Zappa's Modiga is delicious.
Yeah,
So good.
they are awesome. I've had.
I love everything.
I grew up with them.
Modiga's really
I
great.
grew up with them. My mother used to make them. The traditional meal for us, my mom made them, was the Modiga steaks.
What kind of steak did she use for? Like a round steak?
It's cheap, yeah.
Yeah,
like topple
cube-
around.
Cubes?
Yeah.
No?
Topple around.
And she pounds it?
Oh, yeah.
No, she
No?
had. Well, she had them cut it.
Cut it thin.
Cut it thin because it's a crappy cut of meat.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
crappy,
Pounding it with
crappy
tenderizer.
cut of meat.
Hey!
Bless you.
Because it's so thin, you don't have a problem eating it anyway. Some people use other cuts, but I know that's
And
what
here
she used.
comes the captain.
Captain is showing up.
Captain
Modiga
is
filet
arriving.
mignon.
Oh,
Gilligan.
she do it without
Yeah.
mashed potatoes and
He's
peas.
back.
Gilligan. I made it, man.
The boat is
Easiest job around.
Oh, is
Man,
it?
oh my
You
God.
don't know what they're all
Pretty-
talking about?
Easy.
He's got his hunting shoes
Yeah, you think
on.
it's easy?
To
That's why
go fishing.
that's
How
why your
ironic.
boat is starting to float
His
away
LLB
right now.
hunting shoes. Are you
those
shooting the
patrol
lobsters?
socks?
He also had cowhide leather
No,
gloves
no,
on, which are not waterproof at all.
Babe,
And his hunting shoes.
And his hunting shoes.
To shoot
Bombas.
lobsters.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Chris
Chris.
McCarthy just showed up from
Welcome.
Viva!
So
We're glad you're here.
So we had a little conversation about your expedition earlier,
Yeah.
and the prop bets are coming in right now.
Are they? Good.
Yep. So where would you place the line as far as how many traps will be coming back at the end of the season?
11.
You set out 10.
I know. And I'm going to bring
Steal
11
them.
You're
back.
gonna steal one. You know what?
It's not starting out well.
Is that piracy?
Yo, there's the Brian education right there at work.
Joe, let's put it this way. I have 10 out, 10 will come in.
One way or
One way
another.
to-
One way or another. No, I'm kidding.
When are you going to end your season?
If I'm going to end my season in November. Yeah.
Picture you out there in January.
First snowfall.
If you had to do a
Send me a
rough guess,
picture.
how much money do you have invested in this, not including the boat?
400, 450.
400 to 450. Buoys, rope.
Yeah. Line, Joe, line.
Yeah.
No,
You could get
line.
at least a dozen lobsters from Joey for that amount.
400.
But at
So
least I know where mine are coming
the
from.
line
That's
is
true.
450.
You know?
Sure.
I know mine.
The line
are
is
coming from
450.
Boston
Okay,
Harbor,
we've got this in
Not
here.
China.
Exactly.
I see China Airways flying over every day.
With that
Joe,
drop.
Joe's doing a calculation.
No, I'm putting it in. I'm
You
putting it
be
in for.
charging more or less than 400 for 10 lobsters.
We're going to be keeping
So
track.
we have
Till
it.
November.
It's written in the show notes, so we can look back at this at the end of the year. You have to keep track of the number of legal lobsters that you are able to land. Did you hear what they said?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Well, I
Because
mean,
we're
by
gonna do the
law,
division
I
at the
have
end.
to. By law, don't I have to report how many?
Keep a journal.
Yeah, I got to keep a journal.
Do you?
Captain's log.
Captain's log.
For recreational lessons, you have to keep it
96.02.
like
Yeah,
that. Oh, okay.
everybody wants to know how many lobsters
All
you're
right.
catching.
Really?
I think so.
I don't
I'll
really
have, I'll
want
have to
know.
look at chapter 7 again.
Is there a
Yeah.
reporting?
Chapter 7.
I don't
is
think
bankruptcy.
there's reporting for a recreational license. I could be wrong. To be honest with you. I don't know.
Just don't do it.
All chapters.
He's
7
already
is
filing
bankruptcy.
chapter 7 from his lobster business.
All I know is I need to find a hose because Charlene's gonna kill me.
It's dirty?
The boat is a mess and it
stinks.
smells like
You don't have a
Captain
hose?
Joe's. No, there's no hose. There's no running water here.
We get salt water.
You get salt water here.
I was gonna say.
I
I was
have
gonna
water
run
in
down
my
my
house
top
now.
3 Fiesta moments.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so my number 1 Fiesta moment was when Modiga Steaks.
Yeah.
Number
And
2
Mom's.
was
Mom's.
calling the winner of the Greasy Pole Friday
Yeah,
night
well
an
done.
hour before.
Well done.
It was probably about 45 minutes, but I have it
Yeah.
timestamped.
Have you seen the footage of him practicing at home?
No,
No.
it's out there.
I saw somebody on the deck at the boatport yesterday that must have known the family, and the kid has it set up either in his backyard or his basement. And he practices, and he will be Tom Brady of the Greasy Pole.
So are you thinking
Wow.
a three-peat today?
Yes,
The Triple Crown.
this is one of the
Triple.
going to be first
No
of
one
many.
can touch him.
You know the reason
No one's
why.
going to touch this kid.
So he's the first. So the way it works for a Greasy Pole is Friday's champ walks first on Saturday. And Saturday's champ works first on Sunday. So he'll have the first crack at it because the first round.
They should give him 2 free cracks because he won twice.
Well, you go. The first round is the complimentary round where you do not.
Everybody gets a shot.
Everybody gets
Hey,
to
did you
walk.
see him? He looked like he could have grabbed him in the first round.
Yeah.
You see that?
He's-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's why that's why Joe made the prediction that he made. Because
So
he
Chris-
made it all the way at the end.
Chris was standing next to me, and I said to him,
Oh yeah. Especially.
I
on Friday.
I said to Chris at the moment, I said, he's going to be your winner. I says, and Chris says, you want to bet? I says, I'll take him. You can take the field. That means he could have had anybody else, and I'll bet you $20. He didn't take the bet, but I would have won $20.
Can we say his name? You said his name, right?
Derek Hopkins,
Derek.
Yeah.
his father, Richie Hopkins, won it.
We want him and his dad to come on at some point.
Loved that.
Talk about
And
would
the,
be great.
the Bush family. Of
But I went
Greasy
up
Pole-
to his father. So
Yes.
so right when I said that to Chris, and I posted it on Twitter with the timestamp. The first round it wasn't even over. The complimentary round had not even been over. I went because I saw Richie Hopkins was about 20 yards away from us. His father. I went up and shook his hands in front of all his good buddies, and I said, "Congratulations." He says, "What?" I said, "Your son's definitely going to win today." And they all looked at me, and I said, "I go, mark it down. He's your winner."
With Scoombody.
I gotta chill.
You know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. That was chilling.
I gotta chill.
Yeah, no, but that was my thing. And then
No, it's the third.
the third was hanging out on the boat. It was just great being out.
Especially yesterday. Front row seats.
Front row seats. We
Yeah.
slept.
But were you? Yeah.
We just invited ourselves to tie up to this string of boats.
Oh okay.
They
Yeah.
only had 2 anchors out.
When when the wind changed,
Yeah.
it got cold. I was cold.
Yeah, it was fun though. And then we took the boat out, and I had never seen the seine boats from the flags from the turns. So Chris
I would
took the
love-
boat out, and we watched because that's the most drama, except for the finale. The
Is
finish
out there at the
is out at the turn.
turn.
There's so much happens at the turn, and a lot of people will tell you a race can be won and lost.
Well, that's what
Can
the
be
announcer,
won or lost at
That's
the
what the
turn.
announcers were definitely saying. That,
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, yesterday that wasn't the case because the winning team had the stamina. I mean, the team that won yesterday was so far out in advance. That wasn't one at the turn.
Really? The men?
The men's race yesterday.
Yeah.
The
They've
team
got-
that came in first won by at least 7 boats
Not
yesterday.
yesterday. It was a tie
What are you talking?
just before
No,
the
the-
greasy pole.
before the greasy pole.
Oh, before.
You're talking
We're
about
talking
earlier
about-
in the day.
No, we're talking about the men's.
I was
It
talking
was
about.
after. We saw the one after the greasy pole.
We saw the one after. The
Oh,
greasy-
those were the
The
juniors.
juniors.
Oh, that was the juniors.
The juniors.
Oh, okay,
It was
I
the
get you.
kids.
Yeah. But that so what happens with the seniors is the first and the second placed teams
Right, we were
go
talking.
and they race against last year's champions because the champions get a bye to Championship Sunday. So those are my 3. Mike, give me one or 2 of your favorite Fiesta moments from the weekend.
Just being together with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, taking it all in.
Yeah.
And being able to move through town and just watch Gloucester dressed up.
Yeah.
You know, it was really good.
It's funny to see how
It was, it was orderly. It was also orderly and well
Yeah.
organized.
Yeah, the variations in see the old school Italian. There's still some families that really get the kids all dolled up. We saw a couple of them yesterday, and I didn't get. I was literally I was going to go up to the mother and shake her hand and say congratulations for keeping up the tradition, because that's what our mom used to do with us. I don't, our kids don't do it, but Felicia's kids did it
They
growing
had
up.
the matching dresses.
The matching dresses that
Oh, you and Joey?
No, we were thinking about doing that.
Chris, what were the highlights for you?
Highlights was the little Fenwick gathering up at Rosecliff. Great to see some of our old schoolmates. Second was the Gloucester House.
That band,
had never
Mo
been-
You never
Bounce.
saw Mo Bounce before?
I've never seen Mo Bounce, and I've never been in the Gloucester House in the back part
Oh,
of
great.
the band, so was able to experience that. And then the lobster roll that I bought at I forget the place. I bought the
Just
lobster roll.
insert any other lobster company besides Captain Joe and Sons. That's what he wants to say.
Lobster roll.
He's just
I
busting
forget.
my
It
ball.
may have been Blue Collar.
He's busting
I
my
would
balls.
never buy. I bought a hot dog there, not
You
a.
don't sell lobster rolls.
No, this is just part
Wish
of
you
him.
did.
Busting
Oh,
my
no.
balls.
So convenient.
It would be. It would, maybe in a form. Maybe in the next life. Lobster
Maybe-
rolls and
maybe-
barbecue.
Maybe
1,000
underground.
lives from now.
Joe, underground.
No, we don't do that kind of stuff.
Underground lobster rolls.
Uh,
That was a good
did
big
you-
That's the
thing.
name. That's the name.
That's a
Underground.
feeling. That's a
Underground.
Like
feeling.
that place in Salem.
Pop-ups, just pop-ups.
Pop-ups where the pig comes in the
Oh,
alley and
yeah, yeah.
enters
You have
the
to
door.
get the. You have to check
You
the
can
day
dress as a
before.
lobster. Lobster would be so great.
The speakeasy. The
Yeah,
lobster
Yeah.
speakeasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Called the Underground.
Did you participate in any Fiesta things? Do you want to?
I did not.
Okay,
I did not.
Pat. Highlights for you.
Well, we're new at this, as you know. I really enjoyed the opening ceremonies. I really,
Yeah.
really
You can
enjoyed
no.
the
So
opening
go into
ceremonies.
that now. You can you feel
New eyes.
you can
Yes.
feel that
Yes.
tradition and how much it means
Yes,
to those
that's-
people,
and
right?
And to expand on my favorite part of it, that's what it was, getting that dawning on me what this meant to everybody.
That it wasn't the
in-
carnival. The
in
carnival
years
that
past,
is not the
and,
Fiesta, right?
You know, I'm going to say that so far that's definitely been the highlight. But also to be on the beach with everybody else, watching the seine races and the greasy pole and the events down there. I get a lot of energy out of that.
The greasy pole walkers dressing. I mean, we had Freddie Mercury. We had Donald Trump showed up yesterday.
Oh, Donald Trump. I didn't see Donald Trump.
Flavor Flav with the clock.
I'm glad you knew who all those people were. I did not.
They was tremendous. I love the guys wearing the detour cones.
Oh yeah.
They're all
I
wearing
How
the
about,
cones.
did you see the Jamaican bobsled
All
team?
the Jamaican
Yeah.
guys
Oh, we
wearing
walked
the-
by them. We parked up by one of
Right
their
by their
gathering
house.
spots
Yeah.
prior to Friday night's event, and they were in the backyard or whatever, getting themselves psyched up. And they had the front yard was all done up and dressed and everything, and we were like, "This." Yeah, I guess that's probably one of my other favorite things is to hear that in the streets, to hear that Viva St. Pedro in the streets everywhere you go, and
You know it's going to be a
it's so
great
cool.
party when you
It's
see
young
the,
guys,
the
yeah.
porta-john in the yard. You know it's going to be a great party.
I'm telling you, it's such a like you guys just well. Actually, I'm filled with a room of people that have just kind of moved here. So I mean,
No, that's true. Yeah,
That's
You got-
not true.
what do you
Been
mean?
here 20 years in the summer.
it doesn't count.
Summer guy person.
Well,
But I mean, isn't it what? Aren't you so glad you're here though? Like I mean, like, isn't
Oh,
it
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like doesn't like something like Fiesta, like just make
Oh.
it like
oh,
Definitely.
Jordan,
Oh
wait,
my God,
Wait
like-
till Riverfest.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is it still going to be called Riverfest?
I guess so. Yeah.
Ocean Fest.
Oh, because it's
Ocean
called
Fest.
the radio
The
station. is
river,
the
yeah,
river.
river,
It's
yeah.
at Harbor Fest.
The radio station is called the River.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I was in
yeah,
Newburyport
August.
for over.
I was at Harbor
over
Fest.
15,
last
20
night.
years, and-
Ocean Fest.
Was that a big festival for them?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I went one year. It was you couldn't move. It was jam packed.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for
In a
Gloucester.
much bigger area, like
Yeah.
stage.
Stage
Well,
four.
Gloucester has the infrastructure to handle capacity, whereas Newburyport was a little bit
Do you know the dates on that?
claustrophobic.
I can find it for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a huge coup to
Gotta
get.
start
August,
planning.
August 21st. Jumps out at me.
I like how it kind of comes alive. You know, you go out in the morning. It's about 10 o'clock. You're riding around, and there's some people moving around a little bit, milling around. Then around the afternoon, the rides. You know, people starting to come to the festival. They're checking the boats and everything, doing a lot of stuff for kids. And you're right. You see a lot of the kids walking around in the outfits and stuff. And then that evening, right around the greasy pole until whatever, the whole place is alive.
And it's so spread out
I
too.
can hear
You have
every
Rocky
word through
Neck.
my window.
Every
That's,
You got
yes,
so
that's true.
From
yeah.
Rocky Neck to Stageport Park to East Gloucester, Good Harbor Beach, and Wintersheet Beach,
Yeah,
and all
that's
these
true.
different. Look at the geography we
Oh
cover.
yeah.
I
You know,
actually,
yeah.
I have to make a correction. My third most memorable moment of this year's fiesta wasn't the lobster roll. My third most favorite was going to the Pilot House at midnight and
Oh
eating
my
Chinese
goodness
food.
gracious!
And eating Chinese food.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
They have Chinese.
Did you
food.
take Russ with you?
Yeah.
No,
He-
he left. He left because he didn't want to pay the $15 to get into the Gloucester House.
If he'd hung with me, he would have
But-
no problem.
There was an individual, I won't say who, but he might be in this room, who the next day didn't remember that we
You'd had
ate Chinese food at the Pilot House,
the night
even
before.
though he had an egg roll still sticking out of his mouth. So that I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that memorable moment.
Is it good Chinese food?
I know. It's
If
Joe.
you're drunk, no. At Pilot House, I've been there multiple times, and
Wow, good for you.
And actually, the Chinese food is very good.
Yeah.
I'm a big boneless spare ribs guy. I like the boneless spare ribs. Egg roll was good. Don't ask Joe if he likes it because he doesn't remember eating
Right.
anything. He actually
Blackout.
ate. He ate off of someone else's poo-poo platter. He was so hungry and he
You
didn't
touch
want to
someone
wait.
else's
Wait.
poo-poo?
Yeah, he took someone
Joey.
else's poo-poo. He starts digging in.
I have to do this,
That's
right?
pretty low.
Oprah.
They did give him the green light,
Oh, all right.
but
Okay.
I mean, it was,
But he also did the assumed clothes, I'm sure.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, this is okay. I can see him right now.
It was,
I'm going to take some of your boneless spare ribs.
Is that all they
Man.
have is Chinese food?
No, they actually have a
They have
pretty
sushi.
expansive menu. They have
Yeah.
sushi
and
Chinese,
barbecue.
like barbecue. It's
It's like Pan Asian.
Mongolian beef?
It's not. It's nothing. It's like American Chinese food, American sushi, and
Yeah,
barbecue.
It's, just,
It's
yeah,
not.
It's just,
It's nothing wrong with that if you're going in with that kind of you
The
know
first time-
like
Yeah.
there's 6 other Chinese restaurants in Gloucester that would serve you the same fried rice and everything. You know what I mean?
You know, the
first
entire
time-
time I was in China, both trips, I never saw a poo-poo platter.
good for you.
You
You
know,
could
the
get
close
deported
up
for
on
that.
the,
I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To close up on the view, I couldn't believe it. They have you can rent a gigantic sandal.
oh yeah,
go-
I saw those.
The
To
flip
go
flop.
out.
Stand up
Flip
paddleboard.
flop?
Stand up
Yeah.
paddleboard.
Yeah, on a sandal, and I
It's
was
awesome.
saying,
Brilliant.
With
And
"This
like
is Gloucester."
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at that. and
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
It was great.
Riverfest in Gloucester is the 24th.
24.
Oh, 24.
So a huge coup. Thanks to the mayor
Yeah.
and the city councilors for
Good job.
embracing it.
And the
That's
main
awesome
sponsor of
stuff.
that is
River.
92.5 the 9? 92.5 the
Although
river?
we can't change the name.
It's
Celestial River.
Michael 92.5 the River. Mike is correct. Big Boston radio station.
92.9 used to be a thing called WBOS
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Is that the one where they had the soft music?
Alan Boucher?
David Allen Boucher.
This is David Allen Boucher.
Nighttime Magic.
That's
Wow,
what
you guys
that
have
was
some
the-
memories.
That's
I
what you,
wasn't
no, that was
expecting
the
to hear.
that was the you take the girl parking music.
Oh,
David
that
Allen
was-
Boucher.
Cuddle up with the one next to you. Start touching her feet.
Wow.
No, I mean, we used to do the Gap Band. I used to play the Gap Band or Prince or whatever.
That was it. So there you go.
So you know, the other nice thing was being able to take the boat and like dock it at the public.
Oh my God, that was one of our topics. So great, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So I, Joe Shimataro, man about Gloucester, did not know that this facility was as incredible as it is
Yeah.
and well managed. So the city at the harbor master's office, they have transient dockage now.
Oh yeah, I saw the sign.
With the sign that says you can sit there for 4 hours.
All you got to do is
4
leave
hours
us
at
a
a
note or
time.
whatever it is.
There was a
You have to
dock.
fill out a.
Is that next to the Coast Guard station? Where is
And
that?
there's
Yes.
no charge?
Michael,
No charge.
their floats are better than any
Yeah.
floats
It's all brand
in
new
the
over
city.
there. I saw
Brand new
it.
cement
I walked
float.
over there, yeah, I
They're
walked
the
over
cement
there.
floats with heavy duty hardware to tie up your boat. A nice rubber rail,
Yeah.
strip rail, so,
I'm
you're not
hoping
going to
to get
bang up
everybody
your
on the
float.
So I can bang.
The
into it.
gangway is at least like 5 feet wide,
Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous.
it is
Yeah,
how
really
many-
nice down there.
what
How many
That's our
spots?
taxes, right?
Oh, at least 10.
I'm going to say at least 10 spots, well managed. This is like out of the heavens for Gloucester for them to approve the money and to get the money and to get this done so first class for downtown to be accommodating to boaters from other places,
Yeah.
and even actually boaters from Gloucester, because
Gloucester.
Chris keeps his boat up the river, and like you want to go eat. So we wanted to go. We were going to go to Captain Carlos, and we were going to go to Beauport.
Yeah, we parked there and walked.
We parked and we walked to Beauport.
Yeah, and what I want to give a shout out to Bill, because we pulled up.
Our friend.
Joe,
Yeah.
we introduced ourselves, and he's like, "Oh, you're from Good Morning Gloucester." And he's a listener.
Yep.
So Bill, I didn't get his
Morning,
last
Bill.
name, but he's the dock master
Bill.
there.
Bill
Thank
the
you,
dog
Bill,
master.
Thanks,
for all
Bill.
that you do down there. And then Bill shared with us that where the Harbor Master building is right now, they're doing that all over, and they're going to put showers. They're going to put locker rooms.
Oh.
Bathrooms, showers.
So people who are from out of town who, dock their boat
I
will be able to go up there and shower.
Wow. I really
Thank
think
God.
that the Harbor Loop area is a hidden. It's not
Yeah.
hidden, but it's a hidden gem that. And I often direct visitors down there because it's a great place to take the kids because of the Maritime Center and the Dory Shop and just the views. And I often send people down there. You can usually park down there.
Yeah.
Not just your boat,
But that
your
was
car.
it was free. 4-hour
Yeah.
transient dockage for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
can
great
you
spot.
can get a lot done in 4 hours.
Right.
Like you could go from there walking distance. You could get to Walgreens and get some provisions or whatever.
Right.
There's laundromat right there.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the showers and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
many. Opens up all of
And
downtown.
something to eat.
All
And
the
they get
restaurants.
shuttle service too. So if you
Oh, right.
have the mooring,
Yeah.
they have a shuttle that will come pick you up and drop you back at the dock. So you don't need your own little.
That's
dinghy.
not free.
No.
But there's a fee
But it was
associated. with
$40.
It's
It was
cheap.
like $40.
Are you
Cheap.
talking about the
Oh, right.
water shuttle, or are you talking about
No,
the-
$40 overnight parking. I think.
Right. No.
Oh.
I'm
No,
talking
that's on a
specifically for that
mooring.
dock.
On a mooring.
Oh.
Yeah, they had moorings available.
Yeah, $40
I'm,
mooring.
were you sure about that cost?
I'm
I'm not
I
positive,
thought I
but there
remember
was a very
$40 too.
reasonable overnight
No,
fee
free.
with.
At the dock.
They send out that launch
They
out
send
to
a
you.
limo, yeah.
On the
You come
launch.
and you come down there.
Yeah,
It's-
don't quote me on the 40. I'm not
Yeah,
covering
we
you
don't
for
wanna sound
anything
like-
over
Right.
40. Good Morning Gloss is not covering anything over $40.
Yeah,
But
amazing,
I
amazing.
think it's pretty inexpensive. Let's put it that way.
Especially for the quality of this facility. It's
Yeah.
unparalleled in this town. Like
Yeah.
that dock. You know when you have the heavy duty cement floating docks with heavy duty hardware to tie up to, and like I'm gonna say it's like a 4 to 6 inch rub rail all along the dock. So even a novice like Chris, you
Coming in hot.
yeah, you can still get.
Ahab McCarthy over here.
Yeah.
You know where it would be
Call
great
me
to put one?
Ishmael.
I'm hoping that someday that they can put one over by where Minglewood is.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
put- You
That's
know, I
part-
mean,
it is a
2 or
great
3
spot.
more of those.
That is a great.
throughout-
That's a good location. And where the brewery is too. That
Yeah,
brewery.
General area.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they're pushing that way. But there's a lot of docks in this town that are underutilized
Yeah.
that could be in there. But over the course of the last 10 years, they've moved in, slowly but surely towards opening up. There's a lot of private property that could be used for just such a
Right.
thing.
Right.
That, it's, in years past, they really gave people a hard time to try to do these kind of things. Now the city's doing it,
Yeah.
so they should let private property owners do it as well, and get, the more dockage to me
Yeah.
it's a win for everybody. So that's fantastic. So now today's Sunday. By the time this airs, it'll be 8:00. Fiesta will be, except for the closing ceremonies and everything, will be pretty much winding up.
86.
Yeah.
Literally.
But the next thing we have on the docket is the Horribles Parade, the 3rd.
The 3rd, July 3rd,
The
is right around the
3rd
corner.
in Gloucester, and the Horribles Parade, one of my favorite nights of the week.
So it's our first time. What's your advice?
My advice, depending on if you're with families or young people or you want to be around like a more young crowd, we watch from the boulevard. We've done that for a while now, and we post up, and we get a bunch of chairs and we have a great time. Chris is such a joker, but there are great spots. One of the best spots to watch the Horribles Parade from is not so much for the floats because by the time it gets to it's towards the end of the parade route, and the floats kind of they don't stick together, so there's a little
Right,
lag in
right.
between. But the vibe there is great. Is the rum line?
Oh, okay.
The rum line is traditionally
It goes up that far.
yeah,
I
it goes
didn't realize.
up there, then up Centennial and down to the high school. That's where
Oh,
they finish.
okay. All
They
right.
make that loop. That's a great spot to watch it. I think the bull line's the best.
Well, we're
place.
heading over to the event at the Beauport later that evening to watch the
Red, white, and
fireworks. Red, white, and bow. Red, white,
blue.
and dog.
Red, white, and bow. Yeah.
It's that's what they call
Oh,
it.
it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Red,
didn't-
white, and Chris's dog.
Red, white, and Beauport. Yeah.
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 So we're gonna go over there to watch the fireworks. Haven't
The-
experienced a
you'll be-
fireworks event over there.
Ralph will be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know.
I sent the
Mickey
link
will
to
be
the
there.
tickets if anybody's.
Yeah, we got a
They're gonna
link.
have-
We
yeah.
have a link to the tickets right there.
So I saw 75 a person. Is that one 75 a person?
I'm not
I
sure,
think it was
but
a little
What
bit
does
more
that
than that,
include?
but
the
Uh,
benefits. It's going to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh,
Right.
good.
right, and they're
That's a great
they're saying that heavy appetizers will be available. I'm not sure what that means. I'm assuming it means
They weigh a
not
lot.
potato chips.
Did you
And
read about any of the
crackers?
challenges they're having
I'm
with the
assuming
Wounded
it
Warrior
means
Project leadership?
Hot food. I don't.
Maybe
I don't,
pigs and blankets, Pat, if
Maybe
you're lucky.
if I'm very lucky,
Uh,
and a set aside room, I guess,
Swedish
with the veranda to
meatballs.
watch the fireworks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah, be a good
I'm
takeover
gonna
there.
be
So
excited about
kind of
that.
a meal. You could make a meal.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my plan.
I
So-
could make a meal too and watch it right from my house.
Well,
Where what?
For-
What the fireworks?
Yeah.
Oh, that must be a nice spot to watch it on the deck there.
Sure is.
Yeah, it'd be a beautiful spot to watch it from. Niles Beach is a good spot to watch the
Oh,
fireworks
I
from.
bet.
oh, is it?
A lot of people go to Niles Beach for the
Oh,
fireworks. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see that.
That's good
Wish
to
they
know
had
for
more
later in the
parking
summer.
there.
No, you know what? Niles Beach parking is perfect for that little beach.
For that little area, I guess. I think I agree. It's just it's not.
You don't want it to be a huge overrun.
Boy, the houses that they're building across the road there—they're coming right along fast. There's like.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 3rd. I'm looking forward to having the day off on the 4th.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Enjoying it.
What are you going to do?
Ideally,
Bachelor?
I haven't had this conversation with Kate, but I'd like to just have like my sister's family and our family down to
Well, what are you going to cook?
to Niles Beach. I would rather not I'd just like to have coolers full of sandwiches and whatever. Or actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take one of the little mini grills and maybe cook just some.
Oh, are you allowed to do that on the beach?
No,
So maybe not.
maybe not.
The private,
I
the
usually
private
have bail
section
money,
you can't.
just so you'll know.
Just in the.
You gotta know people.
Go over to Anthony's house.
Yeah,
No, that's a great idea. Just sit
just
on
chill
the
out.
beach.
Big, maybe 15, 20 people in a circle.
Yep.
chill
Ask
out.
the
The
sand.
weather
Chill
forecast
out.
looking good?
They said it's gonna be like 90. I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's
Especially
gonna be hot.
a real
Yeah.
beauty.
Too hot.
Yeah. So there's
hot,
that.
Hot, hot. Well, because after the 4th, summer's over.
Very much. Very
Right?
much.
I mean,
That's when you
That's it.
start packing shit up. I
You
take
blink-
my
you
furniture.
blink.
Can you start looking for your Christmas tree
I do.
on the 5th?
Well, it's funny
I
because
take my patio
really,
furniture
like
out.
the
Or,
third
storage.
week of August,
apple picking.
the third
Let's
third
go. Let's
third
go.
week of August, people are really their mindset.
Well, because,
Even though it's like still warm out, their mindset really shifts.
no, because the weather changes at night. It gets cool.
It
Third
gets-
week in August always.
third
It's like
week
you
in
gotta get your
August,
sweaters
and,
out.
and people with children
And-
are just
well,
like
yeah.
focused
I'm
on getting them.
optimistic this year,
Yeah.
though, because of the late summer. I'm thinking we're gonna have.
Summer's
We're gonna
turn.
be paid. We're gonna be repaid on the back end.
I think
We've had
It
gorgeous,
doesn't necessarily
we've had
work
beautiful
like that.
September and October.
Yes.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite time of year.
Yeah.
It really
It
is.
is my
Really is.
favorite time too.
September and
The water's
October, the
warm,
last
the beaches are empty.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
So
Well,
we
I'm
sleep-
going to Fat
Maybe
with
we
the
sleep
Fire.
out at Winger Chic in
Going
September.
where?
We can take our dogs
I'm
back
do-
out on the beach.
I'm doing
You have to go
I'm
there.
going Fat in the Fire on July 4th. I'm
Jimmy's
playing
going.
with the rock,
Oh, right.
Rockport band,
That's
Oh,
right.
the
cool.
American Legion band up
Yeah.
in the gazebo when they're doing their bonfire. So
What gazebo in Rockport?
yeah,
That's
That-
cool.
There's
Yeah.
you know about the you know
Yeah,
about
Asher
the
goes to that. He has a friend from college who lives up
He's
there.
playing the
And,
flute. He's
That's
playing
well
the
attended.
flute.
Well attended.
Flute?
Yeah.
The
A
flugelhorn.
Zebra flute?
no, guys, I'm hitting all the high notes on the trumpet.
That's so cool.
I'll pay for that.
So anybody could go check. Do you have to wear a certain uniform?
Not on this one. They kind of said, just
No, they don't say white shirt.
He wears
No,
Fiesta shirt.
their gear that they wear is a white shirt and dark pants. That's when they do their concerts, and that's supposedly it's every Sunday in July and August in the gazebo, and it starts at 7.
Oh,
But-
that's what Nicole has posted about that.
Oh, I bet she has.
Are you gonna play every week?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I wanted to play. It was one on my bucket list while I was up here. So some people contacted me and we did some talking. I went to a rehearsal.
Did they
I
call
played
your
like a good
agent?
band. Yes, me.
Um,
That's the agent.
So we had this discussion earlier. Chris had a device on his boat yesterday,
Picture.
and it's like a silicone. It looks like what it looks like is a funnel,
Yeah.
and to a degree it is. But they call it a FUD,
Okay.
feminine urinary device, and I think it's ingenious. It's so that are they? I guess are they supposedly for single use?
No.
No.
Because of the silicone, they can be cleaned very easily.
So the girl puts it over the coochie and it funnels down so that they can put the other end in a bottle.
In a bottle.
So if you're on a boat or hiking or whatever, it's not just men that get
Relieve themselves.
to relieve themselves. A woman that wants.
Yeah. I mean, for those of us that don't have boats with toilets,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's
Did it come with the purchase of the boat?
no.
your
It
FUD?
actually came from a friend of ours.
Okay.
A bartender.
That was a very thoughtful friend. Oh,
Yeah,
bartender,
bartender.
knows about these things.
Well, Charlene shared her concerns with the bartender, and 2 weeks later we went there, and
That's
she's
a-
like, "Oh, I have a gift for you," and she gave Charlene this box.
It's a genuine
Yeah.
Wow.
concern. You have to think about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Charlene has used it once.
The one that from
The one
yesterday.
yeah, the one we were playing with.
Did you touch it, Joey?
She used it right before
Did you
showing
touch
it.
You
it?
didn't tell me. I thought you took it out
Of course
of
he
the
didn't tell
plastic.
you.
I cleaned it.
Oh
Of course
my
he didn't
God.
tell you. Why would he
So
tell you
gross.
that?
That is so
Are
gross.
those things dishwasher safe?
I'll have to read the small print.
You should.
Yeah.
But it's
no,
called
any boater that doesn't have.
it's called the Go Girl, and I'm
Go
gonna
Girl.
put a link to it on Amazon so you can purchase these
Great.
things. No, but I mean, all kidding aside, I mean, it's a good
brilliant.
thing to have.
Yeah.
You should have these in every person should have them in their car if they're going on a road trip.
Oh, yeah.
With kids especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good idea to have them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
even
just saying, I had no idea. He took it out of the package. I had no idea what it was. You didn't know what it was when you looked at it first.
I didn't.
He's
Right?
pointing at Susan.
I'm pointing at Susan.
Joe's got it in his mouth. He's like, "What's
Well,
this?"
it's holding it sideways in the photo.
Yeah, he's asking me,
Jim
Jimmy, how do you
didn't.
play this?
I'm not. Jim didn't
I've
know
seen
what it
them
was.
before
I
in
didn't know.
hospitals.
Oh, you have.
Yes.
Yeah. But you couldn't identify it from the picture. Jim didn't identify. I didn't identify it.
Patty Ann knew.
Patty Ann did know,
Yeah,
for the record.
yeah.
Auntie Patty Ann?
If it's
10 points for her.
yeah.
So Kenny Chesney was in Gloucester. If you didn't see the 5,000
I didn't see
Facebook
it.
posts with
No.
people
Oh, I did not see
posing
that.
with Kenny Chesney, he was at
I
Mount
know, the
Walker.
poor guy. I mean,
Why
he
was
was
he there?
I
swamped.
completely lied. I didn't
That
know
comes
that.
with the
He came,
territory.
I wouldn't have
up here to go
recognized him
fishing.
regardless, but
Really?
Yeah,
Where's he staying? With you
I don't
guys?
know.
Probably on the boat.
boat.
The boat's a big boat.
Or the boat. Well, he does. Does he have his boat here?
Oh, I thought he had his boat here.
I don't know. The person we were talking
Did he
to
sail it
didn't
from
know.
Nashville?
So Kenny Chesney is pretty
I'm sure
much
he had it flown
he's
here.
pretty much an A-lister.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody would consider him an A-lister.
Absolutely.
So Gloucester's on the map now.
This
Yeah.
is, once again on the map. Got that going for us.
You didn't grill anything for him?
I didn't see him. I wouldn't have if he was
looking for you.
I'm gonna say this: if I was at mile marker and he was 10 people away from me, I would not bother him for a
Right,
photo.
I wouldn't know.
I don't.
Except
That's not
maybe
me.
for the
I
activity
don't-
around him. I wouldn't know who I.
You wouldn't know who Kenny
I mean,
Chesney
yeah.
was by the name.
No, I know who he is. I wouldn't recognize him at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. You would, but you know.
He takes his hat off.
Maybe you should get him to do that concert with you.
No, not this music.
I was thinking about the August concert though.
Yeah.
So how
Isn't
about
that
the
a
other
country
conversation we were having about
I
our
guess it
sheets
is.
when we were kids? Remember we were talking about the sheets and the who?
Oh, that's right.
Who was on our sheets?
So do you remember, like, did you have like
between 8 and 10 years old, or 6 and 10 years old, the
Like-
sheets that your mother would put on your bed?
I had plain white sheets my
Plain
entire
white?
life.
Really?
No
But
special
that
sheets.
might have been a generational, like our
My mother
generation
still
was
wouldn't have wasted money.
was
on
big
that
with
stuff.
like
She was
television, so they're
sensible.
promoting type of things.
Yeah.
But I remember I remember the bedspread I had on my bed, and my bedspread was my grandmother made a quilt. It was blue on one side, and it had red and blue squirrels on the other side.
Oh my God.
That's great.
I mean, and I had it for
You
about
held
10
on to
years.
Well,
Yeah.
one of my favorite memories is our daughter when she was 4, when she was turning 4. All she wanted for her birthday were Beauty and the Beast sheets.
Jeez.
Oh.
There you
And,
go, right?
and I was like, all right.
I had Winnie the Pooh. I had Winnie the
I don't
Pooh. I had a
remember
Winnie
having
the
the
Pooh
But they didn't
sleeping
have
bag.
Amazon then, so
No,
we
they
had to
did
run
not.
around looking for
A
all
Winnie
that
the Pooh
stuff.
sleeping
I
bag?
had a Winnie
I
the Pooh
waited
sleeping
in
bag.
line
I did my
for like
first
all the
sleep
new
out.
PlayStation stuff.
Right, I had to
I
get
met a
that.
stranger in a
I can't think
parking
of the bed,
garage in
Joey,
Atlanta
but
to
Get a
get
game or
Furbies.
something. Oh, Furbies.
I remember the jars
A
that
stranger
came with
from
jelly.
a newspaper ad.
And they had the cartoon characters all around. So when you bought different, they had the Flintstones,
Oh, right,
everybody
right,
else.
yeah.
So our big thing with my family, it was, there's 8 of us, and everything. You would pick, that glass was yours.
Yeah.
So if you like Fred Flintstone,
Oh, those
that
glass
was your
jars.
jelly.
The jelly jars, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
But
Yeah.
they turned them into glasses.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was your drink glass.
Yeah,
so when you set
right.
the table
That's
up,
right.
my mom would put, and this is when I knew I was screwed, because she would put the glasses out. We all had names. So Fred Flintstone, I think that was mine. She would put that right next to my father's place. So I knew that we were going to have a conversation. That's how we knew. Besides lighting candles and doing all that stuff, I knew it.
That's a great
Setting up the
story.
table.
Yeah. Great
Oh,
story.
I
that's
remember that.
Mike, do you remember the grape jelly when you were a kid? They would have like a cartoon character on them.
In the jar.
After you used the jar, they were like drinking glasses out of them afterwards.
Oh yeah. Was that Smuckers or Welch's? What was that?
I was Welch's, I think. And they had all the
I was just at the
cartoon
neighbor's house
characters.
because in my house growing up, we only had the generic brand everything from
Oh,
Heartland,
yeah.
Heartland Food Warehouse.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't
yeah.
have anything.
Well,
from
between
Spencer
8 and 10
Myers.
years old, do you remember what was the print on your bed sheet? We were just talking about this. Chris had
Mike had Farrah Fawcett.
Chris had Winnie the Pooh. Chris had Winnie the Pooh on his.
I had just plain Jane.
You did?
Yeah.
You never had one with like
I
a
don't think.
I had
I didn't have a
plain
pair of
white sheets.
Levi's or a pair of Nike sneakers until I was probably 13 or 14.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Our big splurge was new lunch pails.
Yeah,
with,
lunch
with the
pails.
characters.
I
on
had a
it.
brown paper bag.
That was the big splurge.
So U.S. women's soccer team is in the World Cup right now, and
Yeah.
they've advanced past the round of 16.
You know, a lot of people said that last game was the final before the
With the
final.
two, were going to be the two best teams, France and
finals,
Italy.
really,
And
that was
the
the
United
first
States won
one.
2-1. So I'm a little disappointed in this one thing, that the media has cornered Megan Rapinoe and had her say that she won't go to the White House because she doesn't like the administration or whatever like that. And I don't care how you feel about the administration. I don't care if you think that she should go or shouldn't go. I just hate that the media just is not is not going to leave. It's not going to leave this thing alone from start to finish. The whole story is not going to be about the accomplishments on the field.
Right.
It's going to be
no
about.
longer about sports.
It's no longer about sports. I hated it when
I
it
hated it too.
was when it was Colin Kaepernick, and it had nothing to do with, his stance. If I believed it or not, it had nothing to do with that.
Right.
It had to do with I watch sports for entertainment to bring me away from everyday life, and I just don't need
Yeah,
that.
the media brings it to the lowest denominator.
Like in the first
and
game,
they just
they
they'll
played
hammer and
with
hammer
the
and
runaway
hammer.
score. They couldn't leave that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the U.S. team scored too many goals.
But I could,
Celebrated
but
too much.
but the conversation around that was okay for me because it's
Related
just
to the game.
it related to the game,
They just bring up the negatives
right?
whenever they
Yeah,
can.
yeah. But at least it was that. I just
Fox News does it.
yeah,
I don't
so
watch it.
so anyway, I hope that as they move forward, we can get away from that part of it and we can talk about the girls' accomplishments on the field.
Right. When's
Because
the next
that's-
game? Tuesday, right?
Huh?
Tuesday.
I asked Asher last night, and he said it was probably gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday. Do you know it's
I
gonna be
think you
Tuesday?
told me Tuesday.
Did he? Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
looking
that's the
forward.
source. You don't even have
Those
to
games are
look
like
anywhere else.
during the
Yeah, they're
day because they're in France and they have to have them.
Right.
They-
Well, it's so hot there. It's a good thing they're playing them.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
late
really
at night.
good.
There was another hot day yesterday.
114 degrees.
I think they
couple
broke
days
Really
ago.
that.
hot,
Oh, did they
Yeah,
really?
yesterday.
Wow.
Miserable.
Wow.
A lot of places there don't even have air conditioning.
The croissants probably are flat,
Wilted.
wilted. Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
why in France some croissants are shaped like a crescent, bent, and some are straight across?
Because of
What?
the Lupinites.
It's a, no, you're talking about the Luddites.
I mean,
The Purians?
What?
There's the Purians?
The what?
Purians.
Purines.
Pyrenees. Mike, you're gonna have to be more specific. What's
You
the
mean the
origin?
Pyrenees?
What's the origin of the
Can you
word?
spell that? You have
No,
the, can you have
it's
the
a
Latin
law.
definition?
They are that if the croissant contains butter, it has to be shaped one way, and if it contains margarine or some other fat, it has to be shaped the other way. They have tons of food laws.
That's
Oh.
interesting.
So when you're in France, pay attention.
Uh-huh.
I cannot wait to go back to Paris.
I can't wait till you go either. Really.
I cannot wait. But I'll tell you
We're
that,
actually gonna pay you. To
No.
pay
We're
for you to
crowdfunding
go.
it right now.
no. But we talked about, so after that trip, Kate and I talked about, we want to knock
we wanna
off a
do
bunch of
next.
other places, and before we come back, we're like, and we said, we probably won't get back here within 5 years because we want to go to Greece. We're going to go to the Greek islands. We're going to go to Gloucester, England, and Barcelona next year. And there's other places, every year one place. And I just can't get out of my head how awesome Paris was and how much I want to go back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I don't know
That's
if it's
wonderful
I don't know if
to
it's
have
going to
that kind
last
of-
5 years till I get back there.
Well, you don't have
Save up.
You
Have
don't
you
have
been,
to.
right,
You
Susan?
don't have to.
Yes, of course.
And you've been all over the place. So what are some of your favorite cities in the world?
Oh gosh. You know what I really
Gloucester.
like? St. Petersburg,
St. Petersburg,
Really?
Russia.
Russia.
Thought it was so interesting.
How was the food?
We were there the first time before the fall of the Soviet Union, when it was Leningrad. That was super interesting.
You're a big history person.
I love history. I like
Okay.
other things. I like art.
Yeah.
I like food.
I like food and people watching, and
No.
and architecture. Those two.
Russia's
and
a good
alcohol.
place. Russia's a good
For
place.
food? Because if a place doesn't have good food,
The caviar.
It's that's
if
a
you
must.
like caviar, if you like ice cream, champagne, vodka, the bread is delicious.
Champagne in Russia, really?
Delicious.
Really?
Yep. Russia's a very interesting place. I like China.
This is a commercial break.
Dance party.
No, that's I can't get you out of my head.
Oh, because I can't get
Yeah.
France out of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
I was trying to make the connection. I was like, is this?
Yeah,
I'm like, is this
Paris?
a Soviet band? Or,
Yeah,
It sounds a little bit like that, yeah.
I was wondering if it was one of those, Euro.
Hold on.
Who's this? Who sings this song? I should know this.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Minogue?
We got Jimmy Dalpiaz. He's got the white guy dance going on.
Who's got the white guy?
She's
Like
got her
Elaine on
Fiesta white sound.
Seinfeld.
Huh?
He's like Elaine on Seinfeld.
Well, she had,
that bad.
no, because Elaine was all about the legs. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
he
That's
was
true.
he was still in the legs. He was so. We get
So
that.
where's your next trip? Which one are you picking?
Well, we definitely have this. We're going to see Adventure Man. Oh, by the way, Adventure Man news. We're going to see Adventure Man in May, next May, and then we're going for only like 3 days in Gloucester, England, or 2 days in Gloucester, England, 1 or 2 in London, and then 3 or 4 in Barcelona.
Oh, I
Next.
thought you were
A friend
okay.
of mine just went
That's
to Barcelona
next-
last week.
next
She
year.
looked like a wonderful
What did she
trip.
say? Yeah, great.
Loved
all right.
it. Just
So,
loved
but he called me a couple days ago. Jamie called, Adventure Man called me a couple days ago. And he said, I left. He goes, I know we were going to do the follow-up podcast, and I didn't. And I really need to speak to the people of Gloucester and tell them how much their
Oh,
outpouring
that's
of
so
love meant to me.
Wow.
That's great.
So we have to get a date. We could even do it. We could do it next Sunday if you guys
Yeah.
want to do it next Sunday. I just have to. I wanted I wanted Nicole to be a part of it.
Oh,
because
yeah,
she
absolutely.
did
She was
so much,
critical in,
and I didn't want to
in the planning.
plan it and not
Make sure
speak
she
to
could
her
be
because
there,
between
yeah.
her, you know.
I'm pulling
Yeah.
up my
I'm
lobster
so
traps.
glad to hear he's.
I'm gonna be busy.
Oh, are you only going to haul them on Sundays? Because if you say that, all the other lobstermen that listen to this, they'll know to go haul your gear on Saturday.
Yeah.
So the bait will be
Perfect.
working for the longest amount of time. You should never.
If they haul my red, white, and blue buoys, I'm gonna be upset.
I already put a picture of your green and blue buoys on the pod.
Cockroach, take that off.
Look at me targeted. It's a big time. You may as well draw a target on your buoys. That should have been the thing.
Well, let's put it this way: for the lost men who are listening to this, you have two choices. Joe wins because I lose all my traps, or I win because I come back with 10 traps. So you decide. Who do you want to win this battle?
I have told him that by the end of the year, it'll be interesting to see if he has 2 or 3 traps left.
Right.
And
Do people just take them?
well,
I put them in places where
we had this conversation.
it was out of the
They're
way.
very territorial.
I was out of the way.
But that's good. So maybe you won't be.
So it's
You know what? For my curiosity, I'm interested to hear how it goes because that's always been the talk. Is that these guys are brutal and they'll if they don't recognize you,
Wow.
they'll carve you up. Especially a guy on a pleasure boat.
Yeah.
Hauling
Oh,
with
right.
but so
A
if
dilettante.
there are a
That's what he
dilettante.
is.
So if there are this would be my advice to you.
Dilettante.
This would be my advice to you. If you see lobster boats in the area when you go to haul the gear,
Drive on
just
by.
wait until they're
by.
out of the view, so they don't see your Grady White
And take
pulling
the
up to your
bimini top
buoys
down.
and hauling by hand.
Close the bimini top, take it down.
Yeah.
Right?
But if they're pretty far away, then they won't know that you're a
Can we
lobster,
swing
so they
back
won't
to-
target you.
Yeah. Can we swing back to Jamie just for 1 second, Adventure
Yeah,
Man?
of course, yeah.
I'm happy to hear that he's feeling well enough to come around to contacting you and remembering his time here. And I was really worried about how sick he must be, so I'm very happy to hear.
Yeah, because when he came back, he did that.
He did that other.
Was it
the
75?
The treadmill thing.
The
Yeah.
treadmill 70.
I forget what it was.
I forget
It was
to-
some ungodly
something.
amount of
And
marathons.
he
You
really-
look it up in the world.
He
Guinness Book of
really
World Records,
suffered.
you wanna know.
He really suffered, physically from the
Yeah,
effects of
drained
that.
his-
So really happy to hear that he's
Yeah.
doing well.
And his girlfriend Anna is doing the barefoot run across England right,
right. Yeah, I've been
now.
watching that.
What do you think is more? What do you think is more difficult? Running
Yeah,
barefoot
yeah.
across England or running with sneakers around the perimeter of the United States?
Well, the snake factor.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
What's the snake factor? What's that?
Your chances of running into a snake and having an encounter with a snake in bare feet? Boy,
Well,
I don't
no,
No,
know.
that's England. They don't have snakes in England.
Well, St.
No
Patrick
snakes
got them all
anymore.
out of
She's-
Ireland.
she's
didn't
not-
they? Maybe
she's
they
not
all went to
completely
England.
barefoot. Yeah.
Where'd they go?
She's got those feety things on.
No,
No,
Does
I thought
she?
she was barefoot.
she's barefoot.
I've run with her, Chris. She went barefoot.
She's barefoot. Yeah. Mike did the final leg with them
6 miles.
6
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah.
Oh, another congratulations to Mike.
Yeah.
Kate and Felicia were
Eric.
Kate and Felicia were at the Drift Cafe watching the Fiesta 5K go by. Excuse me.
They saw
Bless
Diesel
you.
10.
And they saw
Diesel 10.
is that what they call you now?
No.
They saw Mike Codair finish very strong.
Wow.
Finished
Oh, nice.
very strong. They said.
That's great.
With a good time. What was your time? Mike?
24. I don't have the official time. I think it was around 24.
Ooh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Give or take 5 minutes.
I raced a woman toward the end. I had this woman on my
In a leg
11
race.
o'clock
Was she cute?
for about a mile and a half, and we talked to each other. There were no words spoken, but I just mutual respect, mostly me to her. And toward the end, I came up on her and said, "Let's go."
Oh wow.
And
Did she take it the
yeah,
right way?
She took it.
Yeah.
Did she go? Did she say it back to you? Hashtag me too.
There was contact. There was contact. I
You're
said-
bumping.
I
If
said,
you're not bumping,
Oh
you're not
God, it's
racing.
like the Kentucky Derby. They'll disqualify you.
We on the
First time
probably
ever.
final 30, 40 yards, she had me, and she cut in front of me, and I got up to her again, and then she edged me out at the end.
If you're not
And
rubbing,
she-
you're not racing.
I said, "Hey, that was great," and then she apologized. I said, "Don't apologize. That was awesome."
There you go. Did you get her name?
No.
Get a
Number?
number.
No name, no
Did you
number.
date her?
Interesting.
No, I'm
Was there a wedding ring?
I'm spoken for. Hashtag spoken for.
Really?
Oh, hashtag spoken for.
There you go.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to all the people that ran the race. That's another great tradition. Kate said she was going to run it earlier in the year.
She
And
was
she-
afraid Mike
and
would
she
knock
didn't.
her down.
And I know, and she didn't. Probably because she was afraid of Mike knocking
He's
her down.
running, no way.
But she
I'd
said
carry
she.
Jim,
So
so.
wait, she vowed to run it next year. So you're all witness that she said she's going to run the Fiesta
Did I inspire
5K.
her?
You did inspire her. She said it looked like fun, and a lot of her other friends ran. So
The kids motivated me. I saw these little kids out there running. It was
I-
awesome.
I think we should run with Joe.
yeah,
All
I
right,
think you're right.
thanks.
Speaking
All
of
right.
Kate,
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is.
Speaking of
Oh,
Kate-
we're gonna get it. Oh, that's
This is the
perfect
runner.
timing.
This is the runner.
Perfect timing.
We
Come
were
here.
You look
just-
great.
Okay. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. You said that you were going to run the Fiesta 5K.
Yeah.
Is that a confirmation for next year?
We have to
Say
hear
it.
you.
Can you say it?
We
No,
have to
you're
hear
right.
you.
Well, 100% I'm running it.
She's in
I'm-
it.
I'm-
All right.
All right, you heard
Coach,
it.
you heard it.
There
Yeah,
you go.
live.
It's GloucesterCast 341 is in the books with a perfect finish.
well
Yeah,
done.
give me
Thanks
my
for coming,
shout out.
everybody.